Thank you so much for doing this. It's such a pleasure to have you here at Walt Disney World as we
So
launch
happy to be
this
here.
film. Now, you voiced Luisa, a larger-than-life character whose magical gift is her super strength. I know how important it is for an actor to find personal connections with their character. You and I have just met, so I don't know that you can't throw a donkey over your shoulder, but assuming
You can't tell? Bro.
on what level have you found yourself relating to this character?
You know, it was not hard at all. I feel like through building Luisa's character, I've built my own character as well. You know, we relate in a lot of ways. She is very much the rock of her family. And I think I sometimes play that role. What's up, fam? You know I do. You know, she's got super strength and her resilience to make sure that she maintains being able to take care of her community while also making sure that her own emotional life does not bubble up to the surface, you know, because what's most important is making sure that she's carrying her community and her family on her back because she's the only one who can. You know, the pressures that she feels are kind of similar to, I feel like the pressures that I feel like I even put on myself. It's like, I gotta be perfect. I know that I'm like the only person who can do this. Do I have a moment to like speak about what's actually going on inside? And she's got an incredible journey through this film that I think I relate to as well. You guys will see, I don't want to ruin anything, but yeah, she's relatable in so many ways. Also represents just strong women, period. She's strong physically and emotionally. And you know, she knows that she's got it going on. She's hot, she's sexy, she can do everything. But you know, she's got so much more to her than just this special skill.
You mentioned what's going on inside, and I'm fascinated whenever I talk to someone who I know to be a lifelong Disney fan who gets cast in a Disney animated film. Take me back to the moment that you found out you got the role, and what was that like for you?
It was insane. I mean, it was peak quarantine, so I am just like unshowered, watching my 100th movie in a row, sitting on my couch with my best friend, actually, and I got the call, and I just couldn't believe it because also the casting process took a while because the pandemic was spreading everything out. So, you know, I was just over here not expecting anything, but once I got this call, of course, I immediately called my family and we're all crying on FaceTime. And yeah, like you said, we've all been huge Disney fans just since forever. So being able to do this is just such a full circle moment. It feels incredible, but yeah, getting that call, I mean, I still feel like I've been dreaming ever since, like, don't pinch me, please. I don't want this to end.
And then I would imagine that recording a character during a pandemic, it's sort of isolating, right? Everyone is working remotely and there's so many moving parts in an animated feature. So take me through the moment where you finally see the film for the first time all come together. How did that land emotionally?
It was such an incredible moment. I mean, you know us Latinos, when we get together, it's just like a natural family reunion. It was like the music was playing, the food was out here, the drinks are flowing, we're all out here on the red carpet, and just, it means so much to all of us, and to be able to be there together was so incredible because it's been a rough 2 years. So I think feeling the weight of that, just, we had such an appreciation being able to watch it on the big screen. I mean, we were able to watch it like over Zoom on our laptops before. Well, I watched it on my laptop. I don't know where anyone else did, but that was incredible, and I still, you know, I couldn't believe that it was happening, but watching it on the big screen, the tears were just even bigger, and I needed a bigger tissue box. It's, you know, it's such a beautiful film that I'm so excited for everyone to watch and find themselves in. And I think seeing it on the big screen really does make a difference because the colors and the music are just so incredible. You gotta do it that way.
You grew up in Miami. We now know you're a lifelong Disney fan, so I have to imagine you've spent a fair amount of time here at Walt Disney World. What are some of your can't-miss Walt Disney World experiences?
Listen, I think Tower of Terror is the best ride. I don't know what it is, I just love the feeling of being dropped in midair. I love it, it's also spooky, so it's just got all the like perfect elements ever since I was a kid. I love Rock and Roller Coaster, I'm just like an adrenaline junkie.
Now, it was announced recently that with the release of Encanto, Disney is supporting the Latin Grammy Cultural Foundation Scholarship Fund to help foster the next generation of Latin music creators. As a Cuban American with roots in musical theater, what does that mean to you?
Roots in musical theater, God, I mean, listen, it's amazing. Being given the opportunity to pursue art, period, is something that we are so lucky to be able to do. And I think being a Latino person in this country, especially a child of immigrants, it's like this is everything that your family prayed for. This is why we came here, to make sure that you have the opportunity to do this. And being able to support that is so important because, you know, usually children of immigrants are expected to, you know, our parents want us to be doctors and for sure like money-making positions, and being an artist does not always promise that. So being given the opportunity to pursue this in a, you know, a secure way, and just having your hand held and letting you know that, listen, this future is actually a possibility for you, is just so amazing. I think it's great, and I feel lucky that I was able to pursue this path, and I think that, you know, other Latino people, I mean other people period, but like, you know, just children of immigrants specifically, I think are so lucky to be able to have this opportunity, because yeah, it's not something that we ever knew that we would be able to do. It's not something that we were promised.
And finally, the best Disney films play on two levels: a story that entertains and a subtext that conveys a deeper message. What deeper message do you hope audiences receive from this film?
I'd say two things. First is, you know, there are a lot of roles that are placed on us by society, by our own families, and we are expected to fulfill these roles. We are perceived in a certain way, and you know, there's a lot of pressure to make sure that we always step up to the plate to do this one thing that we know we've always been told we're good at. But there's actually a lot more going on inside of us, and I want people to know that it's okay to speak up about, you know, these feelings that might sometimes be difficult to deal with, or maybe you're too scared to speak up about it, but don't be afraid to be yourself and actually ask for support, because it may be closer to you than you think, because so many people are going through the same thing. And you know, there's just so much more nuance to us than just this one special thing we're told that we can do. That, and also we need to ask questions and ask for stories from our family. It's important to ask about context, because especially being a child of immigrants, it's really important to find out, how did we get here, you know? And also in your family, you may have characters who act a certain way and you're like, God, why is this person so hard? Why is this person coming off this way? You actually don't know why they came to be this way. There's actually a lot of things that they may have experienced in order to get to this place, in order to provide this incredible life for you now. So ask about the stories, ask about what it took for them to get here, because that's your story and that's what makes you you, and it then allows more room for human connection and empathy to be exchanged, and to be able to do that with your family is very important, because that's your roots, baby, that's your blood.
I'm so excited for everyone to see this film. Thank you again for taking the time to visit with us. Enjoy the Tower of Terror today.
Oh, I'm so excited, thank you. Thanks for having me.